Say you've started a company that may be small, but with careful planning and hard work, you feel you can take it to the next level and grow it exponentially. True to your promise, your company does grow and you still feel it can grow beyond where it is. The trouble comes when you want to raise capital for this expansion. While there are options to this, such as our normal financiers such as banks and venture capitalists, one other option could be going public, or in other words, listing on a stock exchange. Going public means now the company is offering a portion of its shares to the public to own, of course at a cost. Understanding how rigorous this exercise can be, the Botswana Stock Exchange took to introducing the Tshipidi Mentorship program, where the BSE invites all ambitious companies looking to scale up their business to apply for participation in this program. On this evening's insert, we are joined by CEO at the BSE, Tshipidi, who first explains in detail what the Tshipidi Mentorship Program is and what it aims to achieve.
The Tshipidi Mentorship Program is a program where the Botswana Stock Exchange is actually mentoring, is actually guiding or trying to identify companies that might be medium-sized or small that will ultimately list in the medium to long term. So what we do is that we just guide them, we teach them about the value proposition of listing, and also we show them the steps in terms of how they can take their companies to the next level.
Maybe you have answered my next question, but we want to understand now what the participants of the Tshipidi Mentorship stand to benefit from being part and parcel of the program.
Yeah, I think they stand to benefit a lot. Firstly, I think generally the selection process to get into the Tshipidi program, they do proposals. We evaluate the proposals in terms of their business status. And after that, we really look at the way we structure the program in such a sense that it's typically looking at the potential weaknesses of small, medium-sized companies. And therefore, it's basically to capacitate them in order to grow as companies, or to show them the opportunities that the stock market really offers. And therefore, this capacity building, this mentoring, and this guidance that we offer freely to these companies ultimately help them to become better companies.
The CEO says there are a few requirements that issuers need to meet before listing on the various boards at the Botswana Stock Exchange.
There are several requirements for companies that want to list in the BSE. There is the main board, which is where majority of the companies that are listed there are companies that have been making profit for 3 years, so that is requirement number one, and they want to raise in the market a minimum of more than 1 million. These companies need to be operating fully for several years. That's one of the basic listings requirement for the main board. And then there's the venture board. The venture board also have several requirements. You may need one to raise about 500,000 minimum. And then you are also expected to not have profit. There's no profit requirements needed. And then there's the Tshipidi board. The Tshipidi board is mainly for small, medium enterprises. I think the money that is required to be raised there is as little as 100,000 plus. And then in terms of the requirements, we don't require you to have made profit over a period of time.
In Africa, help is what we do. That is why we at FNB are relentlessly driven to provide real help to you, the passionate and courageous, the creators and the optimists. These are the entrepreneurs we support, the communities we uplift. It is because of you that real help is what we do. FNB, how can we help you?
We have taken the liberty of speaking to a person who has first-hand experience with listing their own entity to talk about the journeys of their organization. Samson Ruisi is General Manager Botswana at Seedco International Limited. They are one of the leading certified seed companies authorized to market seed varieties developed by itself, government and other associated seed breeders in its markets. With a substantial amount of time on the Botswana Stock Exchange, what mindset change goes into embarking on this journey?
I think the mindset change I think it's really more to do with the company strategy that you obviously want to embark on as a company. I think it's really to do with the fact that if you want to expand, and if you want to, for example, in our case, really, we wanted to expand into Africa, and we obviously wanted to obviously follow international best practice with regards to obviously being a listed entity. In the process, obviously having access to markets where we can get capital as a result, and obviously that resulted in us obviously looking to move from being a private entity into a public listed entity as a result.
One of the fears that entrepreneurs have about going public is, public scrutiny. So as a company that has listed, how does one overcome that fear?
It is definitely a genuine fear. I think it's obviously, I wouldn't want to call it downside of listing, as it were. I mean, for me, the way I look at it is, I think I try and look at the glass half full. And you have to obviously take, the positive side of being a listed entity, public scrutiny. What it obviously means is obviously you then have to obviously practice best international practices when you're obviously implementing systems. You obviously try and ensure that obviously you're in the public domain. So as a result, what do you need to do? Obviously, you need to follow best international practice. It's to do with the fact that you have to be obviously audited, ensure that when you are ever doing things, you have very good control systems in place, which would obviously allow for third-party independent auditors to come through and audit your books to ensure that obviously you're following those international best practices. Then I think over and above that is all issues to do with the fact that once there is obviously that public scrutiny, you also try genuinely, because you're conscious of that, you obviously try and avoid taking shortcuts into some of the actions that one may deem easy to do, because you're obviously you are now a public listed entity. So from that angle, I think it also makes your business a lot more robust, a lot more independent, and it's obviously run obviously on professional grounds, which I think is actually positive.
What lessons have you learned along this journey that you think that aspiring entrepreneurs wishing to list their companies can also learn?
We have learned quite a lot, obviously, as an organization. I think the fact that we're a listed entity obviously ensures that we best follow international best practice, which is very good. We are also, cognizant of the fact that we obviously have to report our financial numbers on a biannual and on an annual basis, which is a very good positive learning point as well, which we have obviously learned from that. And the fact that you really have to follow best international practice. It's a very good thing, and obviously I hope obviously those that are aspiring to list, they can obviously look at that as well. And I think if there's an easier capital flow in and out, dividend declarations, you can easily declare your dividends and you can easily pay them out, is also something that is actually very good, which we have actually learned by coming onto the Botswana Stock Exchange. As a result, it is something that is actually very good to impart to other aspiring companies that may also want to list as well. Yeah.
Join us again next time as we talk about corporate finance with Manu Michael, who's Senior Manager Corporate Finance at Deloitte and Touche.
In Africa, help is what we do. That is why we at FNB are relentlessly driven to provide real help to you, the passionate and courageous, the creators and the optimists. These are the entrepreneurs we support, the communities we uplift. It is because of you that real help is what we do. FNB, how can we help you?
This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?